evening, Nigerians. Welcome to a brand new episode of your favorite radio advocacy program, Consumer Protection Court, live on 107.7 FM, All Our Forces Radio Service. We are transmitting live right now at the hilltop of Mogadishu Cantonment. Sorry, I'm panting. Oh, yeah. Thank you for listening to us as we come all the time. So, this week's episode promises to be fantastic. There's an aspect of consumers' rights area that we haven't really looked much into. And this affects you, it affects me. And I also have a wonderful guest in the studio who is going to help us do justice, explain, and also tell us a little bit of what they do. What they do is in line with what we are going to be discussing tonight. My name is Bolani. You can call me Lady B, and I'm going to be your host on today's episode as always. But just before we go further, I am going to go on a very short break, and then when we get back, we will resume proper.
Services provides disinfecting services, fumigation, decontamination, sanitizing, extermination, and general cleaning services. We use hospital-grade chemicals with electric and electrostatic tools to help you create a safer environment for your customers and employees. These commercial fumigation services are used in homes, hospitals, schools, churches, mosques, manufacturing facilities, warehouses, offices, firms, schools, clubhouses, restaurants, and bars, and other businesses. Professional disinfection and pest control services are ideal for high-traffic businesses. It is ideal for us all to keep safe. Let us protect your house, office, factories, religious houses, schools, and hotels against coronavirus and other pathogens. To book our services, call Victoria on 0907 193 8680. Brixton Fumigation and Pest Control Services. We are friendly with pests and viruses.
Thanks for staying with us. In case you're just joining us, the show is Consumer Protection Court. My name is Bolanle, and this is to let you know that Consumer Protection Court is an independent radio production. So for advert placement and sponsorship, please contact us on 0818 727 4284. What we do here is pro bono, free of charge. We come here on weekly basis, and we create awareness on your rights as a consumer in Nigeria. What you should know when you transact business, you buy stuff or you pay for services, from air transportation to electricity to bank transactions to anything regarding buying and selling. And today, we're going to be talking about something that is common to all of us, something you have all experienced. Even I myself recently have few experiences. And the topic today we're going to be trashing is artisans' dishonesty affecting lives and businesses in Nigeria. Who are the artisans? These are men and women who are, have this, handwork. We call it handwork in Nigeria. We call it handiwork or handwork, depending on which area you are. Yoruba people will say Onisha, well, those who are, you give them stuff to do for you and they go. And it ranges from mechanic to fashion designer or tailor, depending on which word you want to choose, to barbing salon, to people who do refrigerator, electricians. You know them. We encounter them on daily basis. Electricians, bricklayers, all of this category of people. We encounter them on daily basis, and it seems like We can't even help it when situation arises between us and them. We don't even know what to do. And today we're going to be, I have a guest from an automobile company who is going to tell us a little bit of what they do and also enlighten us on some of the things we should know when we are dealing with people in the area of automobile repairs and all of that. So tonight I'm going to be introducing my guest, and his name is Emeka. Emeka is a representative of Run Mobile Auto Care. Good evening, Emeka.
Good evening, ma'am. It's good to be here.
Thank you. It's good to see you in the studio.
Thank you so much.
This is Consumer Protection Court, and I welcome you warmly for the first time here. And also, you are here with your beautiful wife. It's good to see her in the studio, anyways.
Yes.
Welcome.
My support
Say
system.
hello to the microphone.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be
Are
here.
you shy on the radio?
Yes,
All right, it's good to have you both here. Emeka, I'd like to ask you before we go further into the conversation.
Okay.
Have you had any experience regarding service delivery, being disappointed in any way? If you have, please share with us.
Yes, I've had countless experiences.
I can imagine. Please share with us. Share with
service
us.
delivery. So let me just go straight to my field, which is automotive. Okay, I've had there was this issue with air conditioning that I had one time. So the guy checked the AC system and saw that it wasn't cooling as it should. So he told me that Oga, we got off gas. And I asked him how much the gas was going to cost and how much was his labor going to cost. And he mentioned that. So knowing that it was a little bit more complicated than that, or feeling that it could be more complicated than that, I asked him to just check the system and be sure that it's just gas. He said, Oga, na gas we
My
go top."
gosh.
So he topped the gas. I paid him his labor. The AC cooled for just about a few hours after I drove off from there.
Hours.
Yes, just a few hours, and everything shut down, and he went back to status quo. So I called him on the phone and told him I was coming over. So when I got back there, he told me, it'd be like your compressor not do okay, and this your condenser don't burst for front. So I reminded him, I asked you to check and confirm that everything was the way you said it should be, and everything was good and it was only gas. And you said yes, and you confirmed that. So why are we having this conversation right now?
Conversation.
So which means there are two things that should be done. You refund me my money, or you get my AC to work, because you told me that the air conditioning is going to work if I fill the gas and paid you your labor, which I've done all that. So we went back and forth. I had to spend some extra money, aside the one I had already spent. And that was because I kind of understand artisans. I've worked with them a bit. Some of them, they have a certain way of dealing with things because of their literacy level. So you just have to be patient with some of them. Some other people might not take that, it might get into a fight or a whole lot of stuff. But that taught me a lesson, dealing with artisans, that you should think beyond them and make sure that you are wrong. I have a reason for saying that you are wrong. Let them check everything you ask them to check. Let it be that you're the one that's wrong and they're the ones that are right. Because if the script is flipped the other way around, you will not get any value for your service or for the service that they charged. So yeah, that was one of my experiences. I have multiple, but
I
think
know
should
we
start
can
on this
we
one.
can go on and on and on. Recently, I also had the same experience where I asked them, the freezer is actually working, the light, everything is working, the sound was perfect, only that it wasn't freezing or cooling anymore, which we know definitely that must have been AC.
Yeah.
And we called this technician to come and check. And immediately he checked, said something was blocked, we need to flush it out because water was dropping inside something. He mentioned 3 problems, I was going to fix it immediately, and I said, fine. And then he did, he charged me 27, and I said, no, I'm paying you 20K. So we agreed at 20, and if he refilled the gas, and from that evening there was electricity till next morning, completely frozen up, perfect job. Oh, I felt so good. In a way, I tactically, delayed his payment. I paid some part just to monitor, and I was satisfied, and then I sent him the money. So after a while, I started perceiving gas smelling, meaning that he did not block the point where the gas was escaping. I kept on persevering. This thing is leaking, and within 3 weeks, the entire thing leaked out, and the freezer went back to where it was. So I called this guy. He was first doing, started giving him some tone to know say. Then it got to a point where he said he was going to refund me, but part payment. As at last week Friday was saying, Madam, out of 20, I'll give you 10K. So in my heart, I'm even happy that he's going to refund some money in a way. And I now went to report him to his my neighbor who actually referred him to me. He said, your own is good. My own is 70,000. Everything he did in this house, none is working again. So I've called somebody else. So now brought me to a point where I ask, do we have a right to live normal? Because an average Nigeria is going by the day,
Yes.
managing to see that, okay, I'm able to manage throughout today.
Yes.
The money is not even there. So you just manage to put some certain amount together and say, okay, let me fix this so that my life can go normal.
Yeah.
And then somebody somewhere is bringing his own problem on top of your own life. You know, it's just not balanced. Now, I'm not looking. Should there be a regulation to regulate this category of businessmen and women so that they don't make life tougher for you and I?
Yeah, actually, there should be, government should find a way to step in because there are countless, let me use mechanic and automotive industry because that's where I function. There are countless mechanic workshops in the city of Abuja that have no form of registration whatsoever under any form of body. They just operate, and that is basically how they make their ends meet. And at the end of the day, there are so many dissatisfied customers
Everywhere.
because there's no form of regulation. The government needs to look into that. They need to, put their foot down on who should be in the automotive service industry and who should not be.
And when anything goes wrong,
Yes.
who should we look out for? Who should we
Yes.
go to?
Yes, exactly. So the government has to put the foot down on that. I don't know if there's anything, at least I know about NATO. I know about a few of the organizations that are not really funded or not really what's the word now? They are not really backed up by the government as per se, but they're actually functional. They help the local mechanics, in certain workshop spaces and clusters. Yeah, I know about those ones, but I think there should be something more drastic,
To
in place
checkmate
to
them.
checkmate them.
All right, Emeka, tell us about One Mobile Auto Care. What do you do? The services you give to Nigerians.
Okay, we're on mobile auto care, so we offer
Be more
diagnostics.
audible.
We offer diagnostic services. We do maintenance. We do basic repairs. We do engine overhauling. We can tow your car from anywhere to anywhere. We do paint jobs. We do body work. If you have an accident, we can do a panel beating over your car. We can rescue you any time of the day, be it 2 a.m. that your car stops at Maitama Junction. We will come there and we'll pick up your car. We have a huge number of towing van operators all around Abuja that can help out anytime that we need the services. So anything automotive, basically, we do. Yeah.
So, for instance, if I brought my car to your workshop and then you did some work on my car and I still have some issues, I don't know, whatever, would you ask me to pay extra money, or you've taken the car away now? After all, we delivered to you in a good form. What would you say to me? Because I've had issues like this before.
Yes. So usually.
Do you have after service care?
Yes, of course, we do. As far as the job has been done in our workshop and you return it, it's a return job, so we have to make sure that we satisfy you. If there is any extra, we always state in our invoices or any of the.
Do you
things that
issue
we give.
invoices?
Yes, we do.
I
issue.
hardly do in some mechanic workshop. This is a
We do
standard
issue.
place.
Yes, we do issue invoices. So we state that and we have a conversation with you and we tell you that if there's anything extra that comes from this job, you'll be notified. If you have any issue, you can always bring it back and we'll have a very decent conversation. If it's something that we can refund, we will do that as peaceful
You
as
refund?
possible. Yes, we do.
When the
We do.
need arises.
When the need arises, we refund because
Really?
customer relationship is more important
this is
than
strange.
just making money.
And this is what good services should look like.
Yes, of course. Of course.
This is beautiful. Run Mobile Auto Care. So in a short while, I'm going to tell you to announce your phone number should Nigerians would love to come and do business with you. So now I have situations with my car one time, and I think back time I was in one of your trainings. You said something about
Okay.
mechanic will tell you that don't worry, we've suspended the tire at the back. Don't worry, once you hold your brakes in front, these three tire will hold you. You said
Yes,
something that
yes.
until you have a reason to stop immediately, that is when you know that the fourth tire that was
Yes.
suspended is needed. Tell us more
Yes.
about that.
Okay, so that discussion was on anti-lock braking system, popularly known as the ABS. So some people have vehicles and they can clearly see that on the dashboard there's a light there turned on written ABS boldly, maybe circled round in a yellow light, and you've been driving your car like that, and you keep saying that there's nothing wrong with the car is fine. Okay, the people that built the car, they have a reason for putting the anti-lock braking system and making it functional on all four wheels. So if you decide to bypass the system, trust me, it's not going to save you in emergencies, because that anti-lock braking system has its function, and you can't just safely override it without repercussions. There will always be a consequence to that. So talking about that conversation that we had, yeah, so maybe I should just say a little bit about that. So you get to a mechanic workshop, and they've looked at your car, they've seen the ABS lights on the dashboard, and they've checked it out. They now go to the back and they've seen that, okay, one of the calipers at the back is not supplying fluid, that is brake fluid, as it is. It's not supplying the fluid as it should. So what they just do, and they tell you, oh, the caliper is too expensive, this and that and that and that. Let's just block it. The other three brakes will work, the two in front and one at the back. That is a big mistake. If you don't have enough resources to fix the vehicle, maybe for your safety, you should keep the car, keep it at home, use public transport. At least you can fix, because braking issues is something that it can really degenerate to a fatal accident. So you don't want to mess up with your brakes. So you see someone has blocked one of the ABS lines, and in an emergency you want to hit your brakes and your car skids out of control. But you have your brakes, they are supposed to be functional. So it is not advisable for anybody to go to a workshop and the mechanic advises that you block one of the brake lights and you agree to that. Please do not agree to that.
Wow. There are many people listening to us tonight. I'm sure your mechanic must have told you something like this. I was told something like this with my other car. They actually blocked the back tire behind the driver. They told me that, don't worry, this one, it will not, there's no problem. It's just the three tires. So when I was in your training and you said that, I'm like, so that means I crossed through danger and I did not know. So if you don't have enough money to fix your car, just keep it for that moment. You have enough money and go to specialists, go to people that know about this, and then help yourself out. I think it's high time the government begin to license who should fix our cars.
Yes.
Because some crazy advice comes just like this one, and we never know what we are putting ourselves through. Maybe because they know you don't have that money, and when you go, you will not tip them or give them
Yes,
whatever.
of
So they
course.
would want to encourage
Just
you
want
to
to
stay.
encourage you to get
Just
something.
before we go for that with the questions, let me open the phone lines. Are you out there? You have had bad experiences with artisans, people you gave your clothes to. They disappointed you. The wedding is even over. You have not even received your clothes 4 months after. Call us and tell us, share your experience. Is it with mechanic, carpenter? In fact, bad experiences. Electrician, call us today and tell us what you think the government should do in this regard. The number to call into the show tonight is 0818 727 4284 or 0907 193 8680. Emeka was in one of your training at Run Mobile Auto Care. This guy does fantastic training. In one of the training, you said something which I want you to bring forward to the air right now. We were talking about catalyst, Indomie in a car.
Yes.
I want you to educate me what Indomie, because there are some of us who they will tell, okay, there was a time we brought a car from outside Nigeria. By the time the car got here, there was no catalyst in the car anymore. And they told us, we just bought this car. Certainly, there's no extra money to do any other thing until I'm able to recoup, So what do we do? They said, don't worry, we can shock something inside this catalyst to help you because your fuel will be burning. And I did it. And when I had the money, I put the catalyst inside the car. So tell us, educate us on this. What does really catalyst work for? What generally is known as Indomie in the car?
Okay, so simply put, the catalytic converter, it helps with emissions.
Emissions.
Yes, it helps with emissions. It helps to convert those dangerous gases that come from combustion from your engine. It helps to convert them to usable gases like oxygen. So basically, if your car does not have a catalyst, means the emissions from the car is more dangerous or harmful to the environment. So, and in some countries, your cars have to pass emissions tests. Meanwhile, in Africa here, I don't think we really have those regulations here. So, most people or some people, when they take out the catalyst in their vehicles, they don't even bother to replace it. And there have been so many, you can see resources online that talk about how your catalyst helps your fuel consumption or fuel economy and so forth and so forth. But I asked in one of our classes, I asked one of the drivers, or all the drivers, I asked them to give me one instance that they have measured, specifically measured the difference between a car that has a catalytic converter in it and the one that doesn't have. Let them measure the fuel economy and let me know. And everywhere was quiet because people just have myths and stories and all that. But there hasn't been any measurable, there's no measurable data that we can use to say that having your catalyst or not having your catalyst will increase fuel consumption.
Fuel consumption.
So yes, till someone can give me a data or a stretch of experiences, I would not tell you that catalyst can help your fuel economy. I can tell you basically that what it helps with is emissions.
What it helps with is
Yes.
emission only, not fuel economy.
Emissions, yes. But does it help your car to consume less fuel? Well, it depends on how your ECU is wired, the oxygen sensors, and all those other components that help your engine to burn fuel. So you can't tell me that it's just your catalyst that's helping your fuel economy. There are lots of things that help your fuel economy.
Can you hear that? All right, people, in case you're just joining us, the show is Consumer Protection Court Live on the radio. And right now we're streaming on Facebook. Oh, there are some comments on Facebook. Thank you, our Facebook audience. Right on Facebook, you can see us anywhere in the world outside Abuja. We're transmitting live right now in Abuja, but you can see us anywhere on our Facebook platform. So to catch up with events after now on our Facebook platform, like us or follow us on Facebook at Consumer Protection Court. Consumer Protection Court. So if you're out there, you're trying to call us, the number to call is 0818 727 4284 0818 727 4284 or 0800907 193 8680 0907 193 8680. So now, how do we deal with dishonest artisan when we feel cheated? How do we deal with them?
Okay, so I'll go back to my automotive industry. When you feel cheated by a dishonest artisan, wow, this is a very huge question. I'll have to answer it, backwards. Okay, so I'm going to start from the fact that let's say that this issue has not even happened yet. When you're trying to work with an artisan, make sure that you have everything addressed verbally and also in a written form. It's very important. So when you want to make reference to something that the person did wrong, it's very easy for you both to get to the same page because you might call the person and you guys have had a discussion of how much should be what and how much should be what. And at the end of the day, when there's a difference, there's going to be a huge argument. there's going to be a huge argument because the person will tell you, I thought you said, Oga, you talk say now 7,000 you will give us. Why you can't give us 5,000? Meanwhile, that was not a
The
conversation from the
agreement.
first place. So make sure that you have it orally and then you have it written. And then make sure that you explain what you want them to do in details. And if, as much as possible, have them tell you back what they heard you say that you want them to do. Let me give you an example. You go to a mechanic workshop and you tell them that your brakes are bad, that you want them to fix your brakes. Fixing your bad brakes can range from changing or topping up the brake fluid, to changing brake pads, or changing your brake caliper or your master brake or the ABS cable. There are so many things that can fix your brakes. So, but you tell them, I want to change my brake pads. That is specific. They remove the brake pad and put another brake pad. If there's any extra thing, you tell them, if you see anything else, please let me know before you go on. Because sometimes they might or might not find another issue and they'll tell you, okay, Oga, as we dey change brake pad, something break for here, something happen for here, so we go collect and come put. So your money now, instead of 5,000, na 10,000. But that was not what you guys discussed before.
Earlier.
So, but when you tell them that this is what I want to do, and if there's any extra thing, inform me first before you go ahead. That one is already stricken out of the issue. So nobody can just jump at you with their bill and force you to pay or anything. So that's going to help. Then, from your question now, how do you address when you have been, what's the word I should use? When you've been treated badly by an artisan, a dishonest artisan? Always make sure that you don't go to a workshop alone, or that you have somebody also standing by when you're having a discussion with them. So that when anything happens, you can call somebody and say, were you here when we had this discussion? What did you hear? Let there be a witness to it. Because it's always difficult to have one testimony of what the issue was. So when a dishonest artisan deals with you, please, as much as possible, as much as you can, try not to get into confrontation. If you can leave, just swallow it and leave. Swallow it and leave, because you might not be able to address it there. Now, if there is a bigger workshop around there, or somebody that you think that is a head over the workshop, make sure you approach the person and tell them what this other person has done. Make sure somebody else knows about it. Do not try to deal with artisans by yourself. You guys might not understand yourselves, and at the end of the day, the issue of trying to solve a problem will create even more problems. So yeah, that is the basic advice I can give based on working with artisans.
Let me cut in from what you just said now, that you advise that people should not try to solve it with them immediately right there if they are not getting the response they desire. So what they should do, possibly look out for some other places around, another workshop they could report to and all of that. This just shows that you have been in this industry. Just shows that we really don't have that central point where we take complaints to when it comes to this category of service givers in our society. We have heard of cases whereby people who really feel that, and look at me with my status and my level, why would this guy be playing tricks on me? And then the person has power. He will now use the whole power to crush the person by calling security operatives, and they pick the person up and they lock the person up. A case like that happened in Port Harcourt, that a mechanic was beaten to death. I don't know if you heard about the story. That happened in Port Harcourt. The mechanic was arrested. I don't know what happened. And then he was kept at the police station. And after a while, the story broke out that the person that was tortured to death or something. Maybe it involves stolen car, or something in the car was stolen or something. So for us to be able to checkmate this, I think at this point it would be good for the government to put up a platform where the service receiver and the service giver can lodge complaint, because it can be either way. You may tell the service receiver to pay 10,000 and the person ended up paying you 6K because he felt that you didn't spend much time on it. The artisan also should have a place where he or she takes the service receiver to, and the receiver also of the service, you also have a place to go to. How will I start punching this person, or will I call the DSS for this person because I work at the DSS? But there should be a platform where these two people meet and then resolve it. It happens every day.
Yes.
Every single day. I don't know if you're out there and you want to share your experiences with us regarding any service you have received, or especially the one we are treating tonight. The number to call is 0818 727 4284. 0818 727 4284, or 0907 193 8680. 0907 193 8680. We have a caller here. Hello, caller. Good evening. Good evening, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from? Can you hear me? We are having network issue. Please try to call us back. The number to call. Okay, we have another call here. Hello, caller. Good evening. Please speak up. What's your name and where are you calling from? Your name is Paul from Caro. Please, what's your question or contribution?
Hello?
Yes, please speak up. We can hear you.
All right.
Speak. We can hear you.
I'm enjoying your program. That's why I tried to
Oh, thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
what people are doing. I'm very happy. I love the program.
Thank you so much. So take your card to Run Mobile Auto Care. Their office is in Guarimpa. They will announce the phone number in a short while. Thanks for calling in, Paul.
All right, thank you. God bless you people.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. People are praying for us. Thank you. What we do here is free of charge, so we need sponsors. Place your advert on this show so that we can sustain this platform to bring you information free and people that can also enlighten you. Please announce your phone number. Should there be people? All right, please hold your thoughts. We have a caller here. Hello, caller. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Caller, good evening. Good evening, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Daniel. I'm calling from Guarimpa.
All right, Daniel. Good evening. What's your contribution or question?
I'm enjoying Mr. Mika's program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But I want to find out. My car is shorting oil before 3,000 kilometers.
Okay.
Oil comes down before 7.
Okay. They will announce a phone number. A phone number will be announced so that you can call him after the show.
What do I do and how do I locate your workshop?
He's going to announce their phone number so that you can call them later. Please announce the phone number. Get a
You
biro.
announce their phone number.
Yes, please. Get a biro
Okay,
and write.
I can't wait, please.
Okay.
All right.
I'll keep my pen right now.
No problem. Thank you for calling in,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Daniel. You're welcome. All right. People have a lot of issues when it comes to stuff like this, and you wonder, if I take my car to this person, am I going to come back with better job or with another problem? If you're trying to call us, the number to call is 0818 727 4284 or 0907 193 8680. Please call into the studio and interact with us. Now, Emeka is going to announce their phone number so that you can reach out to them after the show. Should you have issues with your car, you will love Run Mobile Auto Care to help you resolve it. Emeka, please, can you announce your numbers?
Okay. So
Active phone number.
yes, the active
please.
phone numbers we have are 0807
0807
9747
9747
946.
946. Again,
0807
0807
9747
9747
946.
946. That is the phone number for Run Mobile Auto Care. Call them and go to their office in Guarimpa. You'll have all the issues with your car resolved. Trust me, there is money back guarantee, and they are currently running free tests.
Free
diagnosis. So if you want to know what the issue is, just like Mr. Daniel, they're just gonna take your cars there free. If you want to do your car with them, fine. They also run professional trainings for drivers, for corporate organizations, individual women like me, church drivers, NGOs, call Run Automobile Care on 0807 974 7946. So we've been able to establish that there is need for the government to establish or institute a platform where the service receiver and service giver can always meet should there be disputes in their business transaction.
Yeah.
So if for us to be able to achieve that, we have a call. Hello, caller, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Please turn down the volume on your radio set, please.
Hello.
We can hear you now. Speak, please.
Yeah. I'm actually enjoying your show. It's a
Thank
very
you.
nice show.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
giving us a more kind of experience on how to handle all these artisans and all those other areas. But quick one. My car is doing overheating, and I don't know why it's doing overheating, and it cannot be rectified. So how can we go about it?
Emeka, do you have anything
Yes,
to say?
I have a few tips I can give
All
you.
right, please continue to listen. Thank you for your call.
Okay, so for overheating issues, there are so many things that can cause your car to overheat. I'll start from the simplest.
Okay.
Just the cover of your radiator. If the cover of the radiator is bad, it's going to cause your car to overheat because that thing is a pressurized cover, so it needs to lock in vapor. So if just that cover is bad, it can cause your car to keep overheating, and they will keep looking for what the problem is, and they don't know it's just the cover. Just the cap of that radiator. That is where the problem is. If you have a leaking radiator, that can also cause a problem. You keep topping water every morning. You wake up and you top water. If you have a leaking head gasket, that is your top cylinder gasket, famously called, that can keep causing overheating issues as well. If you have a weak fan, if your engine fan is weak, is not rolling fast enough, that can be causing overheating. If you have a bad water pump, it can be causing overheating. If your radiator, if you have the radiator reservoir, there are some vehicles that have just only the radiator with the reservoir on top of the radiator. Some have spare reservoirs. If any of them is leaking, seeping fluids, it can be causing overheating. There are so many things that can cause your overheating in your car. If your car is always loaded and your AC is always on, but the AC fan does not come on, especially if you have a car that uses the dual fan system, and your AC fan does not come on, it's only one fan that is running, it can be causing overheating and you don't even know. If you have leaking hoses, the water hoses are leaking somewhere and you don't even know. I had an issue sometime with a client. He always has to top water in his car, but he doesn't see where it's seeping out from. It was after a few tests and everything, we did a pressure test, and we found out that the rear water hose, the one that's at the back of the engine, was just leaking fluids downwards on top of the exhaust. So it leaks down there and it dries up. So there are so many things that can cause overheating.
Thank you very much, Emeka. You need to like us on Facebook now because a lot goes on Facebook even when we're out of the studio. Last week, Saturday, we had an addendum show for the last week Tuesday's program on electricity, and it is mind-blowing. The video is right there on our platform. Like us today on Facebook, follow us on Facebook at Consumer Protection Court, because we're going to have a part 2 of this broadcast by Saturday. If you love to hear more from Emeka and Run Mobile Auto Care, like us on Facebook today before Saturday so that you can be part of the show next week Saturday. We have come to the end of the show right about now. Just before we go, Emeka, I would like you to tell us your phone number once again, but first start with your address, then we announce the phone number last.
Okay, so our business address is at number 1 Akberan Oshi Street. It's on 37 Road in Gwarimpa, and it's off 3rd Avenue. And I'll call out that phone number again. We actually have 3 phone numbers, but I only called one of the phone numbers.
Call two active phone
All
numbers
right,
that we call right now. It will go through because you talked
Okay.
about rescue services.
Yes.
When we now call the number will now say not available. It will discourage.
All right. So these 2 numbers are always available. The second number is, should I call the first one again?
Call the second one.
The second one is 0806
0806
26888
26888
67.
67.
I'll call that again. 0806
0806
26888
26888
67.
67. The first one.
The first one 0807
0807
9747
9747
946.
946. At this point, we are going to be rounding up. We've all been able to agree that it is good for the government to regulate that area, and then all artisans should be registered with government. With this, they will be able to be accountable to everything that they do. This is all we can take for today. I say thank you to everyone that called in and those who tried to call in but couldn't get through due to network, and to all our Facebook followers. Thank you so much. Join us again next week, Tuesday, on this platform, and like us on Facebook today. I remain your host on this platform. My name is Bolale. You can call me Lady B. Till next week, Tuesday, I say bye for now.